Chapter 18, verses 1 through 6. The greatest in the kingdom of heaven. At that time the disciples came to Jesus and asked, "Who then is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" He called a little child to him and placed the child among them. And he said, "Truly I tell you, unless you change and become like the little children, therefore whoever takes the lonely position of the child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoever welcomes one such child in my name welcomes me. If anyone causes one of these little ones, those who believe in me, to stumble, it would be better for them to have a large millstone hung around their neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea."
Matthew chapter 5, verses 1 through 12. Now when Jesus saw the crowds, he went up on the mountainside and sat down. His disciples came to him, and he began to teach them. He said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you."
I'd like to invite all the children to come forward up to the front and have a seat, please. Actually, why don't you stand and face the congregation? I'd like them all to see how large our Sunday school program has gotten. It continues to grow. This is our Sunday school program. In the past, on Children's Sunday, we've gathered together and given an overview of the type of programming that we've had. This year, we started a brand new curriculum. It's the Spark curriculum, and the children are going to share a little bit about that curriculum with you. Before they do, let's give them a big round of applause for their participation. You can have a seat, and then each one of you who has a reading will come forward and do your part when your name is called.
Do you want them to sit where they are, Linda?
Right where they are is
Okay,
fine,
just
thank
go ahead
you.
and sit down.
When Julia first came here, one of her first challenges was to work with the parents and the families and anyone interested in the congregation to help us figure out the path of our Sunday school program. We met as a group during her first few months here, during a second hour, and some questions were asked about what do we want from a program. These are the minutes from that meeting, and I'd like to highlight a couple of key points that ended up being in our Spark curriculum. We, as a group, as a congregation, decided we wanted a professional program. We wanted more continuity with the lectionary, so that every week we are discussing the Bible. The program this year does follow the lectionary. What you're studying here is what's studying upstairs. More content, and you will hear from the children that they are getting more content. Relevant biblical stories, consistency of message throughout the year, qualities that we want to teach our children, how to connect with their inner guide, and Bibles that are used for the children to learn these stories. So listen as they share with you some of their learnings this year. Clayton, if you could come on up. Got Clayton. And then it will be Abby, come line up over here. Silas, Kyle. I'll call you, there's another group after that. So each student each week receives one of these leaflets that we purchase. There's a variety of activities focused on the scripture from the lectionary. Listen as the children share examples of the content from Holy Week. One of them, and I will leave for you to take a look, there's always a story that connects to their personal life. It'd be interesting for you to take a look and see that on your own time.
The Spark curriculum includes a section to challenge our thinking with I Wonder conversation starters. I wonder what Jesus ate at the Passover meal with his friends, how Jesus' disciples felt on Palm Sunday, if Jesus knew he was giving his life for us.
Fun facts are in each week's Spark leaflet. Listen to some of the fun facts from the Holy Week leaflet. Passover is a Jewish holiday that is still celebrated today. When we celebrate communion, we use the same or similar words that Jesus used at the Last Supper. Crucifixion was used often to put criminals to death in the Roman Empire.
If our family wishes to continue the learning at home, each leaflet includes a Faith on the Go challenge. The Holy Week Faith on the Go challenges included make some unleavened bread. Search online to find a recipe for communion bread. Use the palms from Palm Sunday to make crosses to share. Find out how to fold different crosses from Palm online.
Spark curriculum provides a memory verse each week that we repeat often throughout the lesson. During the Holy Week lesson, the memory verse to practice at home was from the book of Matthew, chapter 21, verse 9. Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna is the highest heaven.
The Spark leaflets encouraged us to use the Bible to find information in the Look It Up section. For example, Holy Week Look It Up section guided us to read about Jesus Barabbas at the bottom of page 1095 in your Spark Bible. Who was he?
That just gives you some information about how the lessons were developed and designed. The last few weeks, the children have been asked to sort of pick one lesson and give you their response, sort of their summary of that and some input. So if I could have Benny, Cameron, come line up in this order for your reading that you wrote. These are written by the children. Amy, Colin, Abby, Jesse. So introduce yourself.
I'm Benny, and during Sunday school this year, we studied the book of Isaiah. In chapter 2, I learned that if we want to have the future of heaven, every nation must beat their weapons into the ground to have peace forevermore.
One lesson this year we studied Luke chapter 15 and the parable of the lost sheep. Our conversation took us a lot of different places, but we ended talking about hope and what our hopes were for the church. My hope for the church was that new people would come to our church and see how fun it was and want to stay.
My name's Amy. During Sunday school this year, we studied the book of Matthew. In chapter 28, I learned about the empty tomb. Mary Magdalene went to see Jesus' tomb, but he was gone. He had been raised from the dead and was going to Galilee.
During Sunday school this year,
We studied the book of Luke in chapter 17 and learned about the seed of faith.
My name is Abby. During Sunday school this year, we studied the book of Luke. In chapter 15, I learned about a farmer who had 100 sheep. He lost one sheep. He was not going to get the sheep until he learned that one sheep is as important as all of the others.
My name is Jesse. This year during Sunday school, we studied the book of Luke. In Zacchaeus, I learned that no matter how rich you are, you still have to help the poor.
So these were their words. Can we give them a round of applause for their input and their studies this year? They've worked very hard. These are the Bibles that were purchased for the children that stay in the classroom. They'll be downstairs today if you want to take a peek at them. And most of the writings today and sharings were from our older class of grades 3, 4, and 5. But we did want to give you some input about what our kindergarten, first, and second graders did. They also had a similar leaflet that was age appropriate for them. And this is Erin, who's going to help tell a little bit about her experience. Do you want to come over here?
My name is Erin, and I'm in first grade.
What Bible story did you pick out to tell them about today?
God's house.
What did you want to tell them about what you learned?
I learned that God's house is big enough for everyone.
Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Erin. The children could go back and sit with their parents. That was our sermon for today. Thank you.